assembled, and grant that we treat and consider all matters that shall come under deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and all of our country, and those whose interests you have committed to our church. Amen. Honorable members, I confirm that we have quorum to proceed with the sitting. Clerks, read the orders of the day.
Order number 1, administration of oath.
Next order.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Next order.
Order number 3, messages.
Next order.
Order number 4, petitions.
Honorable members, the County Assembly is in receipt of a petition to the County Assembly of Taita Taveta by Levi Maganga Movunyu and Leonard Mwazame Maganga for under compensation to Mr. Levi Maganga Movunyu for his land reference number Veruga/Bundanyi/6677 on 7th November 2025. We are under the undersigned being residents of Taita Taveta County, Taita Sub-County Undanyi Mbale Ward, draw the attention of the County Assembly to the following: that between the years 1981 and 1982, a company named Mvita Construction was awarded tender by the government of Kenya to construct tanks and roads in the Taita sub-county. The Mvita Construction Company encroached on our parcel of lands and constructed roads and tanks. The parcel of our lands encroached on include parcel number 93, which is of Harrison Ndau, care of Walter Ziri. Second one, plot number 932, Momburi Ziri Ndau, care of Darius Momburi, Levis Momburi. Plot 3-4, number 455, which is of Eric Makanga. Sorry, members. Petition to the County Assembly of Taita Taveta under the compensation to Mr. Levi Maganga Movunyu for his land reference number Veruga/Bundanyi/677 on 7th November 2025. To the Clerk, County Assembly, Taita Taveta, petition of the County Assembly, Taita Taveta, under compensation of Mr. Levi Movunyu for his land number 677. I, the undersigned, being a resident of Taita Taveta County in Undanyi Sub-County, Ngonda Village, on behalf of Mr. Levi Maganga Movunyu and family, draw the attention of the County Assembly to the following reasons. I feel that the land was under compensation is because the land was forcefully taken without the consent and permission of the landowner, Mr. Levi Maganga Movunyu, and was a father of over 80 years. He couldn't even understand how the compensation was done. I wish the County Assembly to consider the years which the land has been used by the Ministry of Water for over 40 years, 4 decades now, and the destructions made. There were crops destructed like macadamia trees, avocados, bananas, maize, tomatoes, and various trees. The land was only paid by the Ministry of Water and the county government of Taita Taveta 500,000 shillings only on the 5th July 2025. And I feel that this was under compensation and the untold suffering we have had as a family to go through economically and psychologically during the long time we were dispossessed of the land. The land is currently occupied by Taveva Water and Sewerage Company and the Ministry of Water. That the efforts made for compensation since the year 2018-2019 through County Government of Taita Taveta, Department of Water, Sanitation, Environment and Climate Change and Natural Resources, and in 2023 through the Office of the MCA Undanyi Mbale Ward, Honorable Jimmy Mwamidi. Honorable Jimmy Mwamidi. Herefore, we humble petitioner pray that the County Assembly of Taita Taveta compel the Ministry of Water and Sanitation and the County Government of Taita Taveta. Currently, since then, the land is occupied by Tavevo Water Sewerage Company to produce the report of the land valuation and review the amount which they compensated 500,000 upwards, so that we can rightfully be compensated according to standards and current valuation, and consider as from 1982 the land use for more than 40 years of the damage of all the damages. Levi Maganga Movunyu and Leonard Mwazame Maganga are the contact persons. Honorable members, you are welcome to give comments, observation, and clarification in relation to the petition read. Honorable Jimmy Mohamedi.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Just to contribute on the petition, the petitioner is a person within my ward, Wundanyi Mbale, and it is the right of every individual to seek the assistance of their representation. I, being the area MCA, I represent them. But the house in Taita Taveta, this house, is also a house of representative and a house where members of the society should always feel free to seek assistance in areas, especially on social well-being, in areas of rights, where their rights feel infringed. And this particular petitioner is a person who feels was shortchanged in the process of compensating their lands. And I would wish that in the process within the House, we are able to help the petitioner establish the criteria that was used in the compensation and how it was done, the valuation, what was valued, and if this petitioner indeed got what was rightfully theirs. It is my belief that the petitioner has actually approached the right entity to assist as an alternative mitigation measure rather than the option, say, of seeking court for solution to their needs, but the House can act as an arbitrator and a fair arbitrator on behalf of its own people. So, Madam Speaker, it is a pity that, yes, indeed, it took over 40 years to be compensated, and once the compensation came in, it's like the 8 members of that family were not considered, yet they were adults and co-owning the property. With those few remarks, on behalf of the petitioner, I'm also interested to see a quick and expedient solution to this issue raised by the petitioner. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable members, the petition is hereby committed to the Water and Sanitation Service Committee pursuant to Standing Order number 236-1. Pursuant to Standing Order 236-2, the committee has 90 calendar days to respond to the petitioner by a way of a report addressed to the petitioner or petitioners and laid on the table of this county assembly. Honorable members, allow me to recognize members in the public gallery: Raymond Jumwa, volunteering reporter at Radio Rahma and Sheikh FM. Welcome. Honorable members, we have another petition to the County Assembly of Taita Taveta on historical land injustices by Undanyi Mbale Ward resident. Honorable members, we, the undersigned, being residents of Taita Taveta County, Taita Sub-County, Undanyi Mbale Ward, draw the attention of the County Assembly to the following. That between the years 1981 and 1982, a company named Mvita Construction was awarded a tender by the government of Kenya to construct tanks and roads in the Taita sub-county. The Mvita Construction Company encroached on our parcels of land and constructed roads and tanks. The parcels of our lands encroached on included parcels number 933 of Harrison Ndau, care of Walter Ziri, plot 2, 932, Momburi Ziri Ndau, care of Darius Momburi and Levis Momburi, plot 3, which is 455, Eric Makanga, care of Sylvester Kichinda, plot number 4, which is 426, Christopher Ngure, care of Jimmy Wachenje, plot 5, which is 374 of Oliver Mwashigadi Mwasingo, care of Lewis Mwashigadi and Simon Mwalicha Nyali, care of Alice and Mshila, plot 533 of Leonard Mashauri Kililo, care of Howard and M. Mashauri and Philip Kililo, plot 535 of Kiboi Kililo, care of Howard Mashauri. The Mvita Construction Company constructed tanks and roads on our above mentioned parcels of lands without our consent or any form of agreement. There has never been any form of compensation for the 4 decades. That's from 1981 to 2025, a total of 44 years. Now that there is devolved government, we look forward to rightful compensation through our able county assembly. Our fathers did seek for help from local authorities without success and brought this act of being denied their rights to their frustrations. Some developed high blood pressure, mental anguish, and died before their godly allocated years. We have before raised this matter through TGRSC, which is Truth, Justice, and Reconciliation Commission in the year 2003, but all was in vain, and there was no any form of compensation made. Also, we raised the matter to the CEM, County Government Minister of Water, Taita Taveta County in the year 2014. That is 1st of December 2024, but all our efforts were futile and thus denying us our rights as absolutely proprietors of the pieces of land mentioned above. We raised concern through the member of National Assembly, Honorable Danson Mwashako, in the year 2019, that is 13th of December 2019, but there was no response, thus denying us our right to rightful compensation. We also raised our concern to the member of County Assembly, Undanyi Mbale Ward, Honorable Jimmy Mwamidi, on 5th January 2023, and he did promise to follow up the matter, which is currently undergoing. Under his guidance, we are hopeful that justice will be done. On the 17th September 2025, we were in the County Assembly chambers room where we witnessed our grievances being discussed by the County Assembly. On 4th of November 2025, we got the privilege of meeting the County Assembly Water Committee, where we raised our concern for the land compensation petition. That the issue in respect of this petition is not pending in any court of law. Therefore, we the petitioners pray that the County Assembly of Taita Taveta send an evaluation team to the ground to establish rightful compensation due to the petitioners. 2, cause the speedy and rightful compensation of the petitioners' land in consideration of the social, economic, and psychological suffering that they have to undergo through for more than 4 decades. 3rd, also consider that during the construction of the roads and tanks, cash crops such as coffee, macadamia trees, banana plantation, gravelly trees, and crops were uprooted. We, the undersigned, being the resident of Taita Taveta County Assembly, draw the attention of the County Assembly to identify the name of petitioners, full address, national ID number, and signature. We have Harrison Ndau, his ID number, Momburi Ziri Ndau, care of Darius Momburi, Levis Momburi, their IDs numbers. Eric Makanga, care of Sylvester Kichinda, their box and ID number and their signatures. Christopher Ngure, care of Jimmy Wachenje, ID number 001745 with his signature. Oliver M. Wasingo, care of Lewis Mwashigadi, ID number 0157153. Simon Licha Nyali, care of Alice Mshila, PO Box 1027 Undanyi, ID number 5389665. Leonard Kililo, care of Howard Mashauri and Philip Kilelo, ID number 2967 7617. And lastly, Kiboi Kililo, care of Howard M. Mashauri, ID number 22059174. Honorable members, you are allowed to give comments on the petition. Honorable Jimmy Mwamidi.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for the opportunity to also contribute on this petition. The petitioners are people, voters and people from my ward, Undanyi Mbale ward, who suffered what now will be seen as historical injustice, because much as public utilities good for all of us, including water, which serves quite a number of people right now, but then the land that was utilized was a private land belonging to families, several families within that locality. And this family was not compensated because sometimes back in September, I requested a statement on their behalf to establish whether this particular transaction was in any way compensated by either the national government or the county government. And the response received through the Committee of Water was a confirmation that no compensation whatsoever has been done to these families for the last 40 years. And this necessitated to the next course of action, because for them to get any compensation, then there must be a proper valuation and a proper documentation, and hence the process has led to this petition. So I'm quite aware of this petition, and on their behalf as their representative and as a member of this Honorable County Assembly, which I know aspires and believes in equity and a rightful compensation of individuals who may have suffered in any way, socially or economically. So I also re-emphasize on their behalf and request this House to expedite the process that will lead to the compensation of these people. We should not lose any more members of those families before the rightful compensation is done. As you can read through the petition, some of the family members have since been deceased, which is quite unfortunate that justice was never served within their lifetime. But I believe this time round we will be able to achieve with conclusivity rightful compensation to these families. Madam Speaker, sir, I want to say I'm eagerly anticipating a response from this House that will conclude this matter with finality. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable members, the petition is hereby committed to the Lands Physical Planning and Urban Development Committee pursuant to the Standing Order number 236-1. Pursuant to Standing Order 236-2, the committee has 90 calendar days to respond to the petitioner by way of a report addressed to the petitioner or petitioners and laid on the table of this county assembly. Next order.
Order number 5, papers.
Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Honorable Jimmy Mwamidi.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise on a notice of motion. A notice of motion, re-establishment of Mbale Market beacons. Aware that the Taita Taveta County has had challenges with controlling or preventing the grabbing of public lands by unscrupulous profiteers, noting that numerous areas in the county do not have common amenities and or facilities, primarily because public spaces meant for the same were irregularly acquired by developers and reappropriated for private user. Recognizing that public amenities are a crucial part of urban planning and provide the necessary spaces for wholesome urban communities and convenience of users of other common public spaces and facilities. Further, recognizing that the function of survey and control development is a devolved function and falls within the constitutional mandate of the county government of Taita Taveta. Deeply concerned that the rampant grabbing of pieces of land set aside for this purpose means communities have to forgo markets, bus parks, hospitals, and other public utilities for private profit-making developments. Now, therefore, this county assembly resolves that the county executive urgently moves to re-establish the boundaries of Mbale Market in Wundanyi Mbale Ward in order to identify the possibility of expansion of the facility and development of other public facilities within the market. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Next order.
Order number 7, questions and statements.
Honorable Sakina Kusania.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I stand to respond to statement sought by Hon Patricia Mwashigadi on status of culture-related activities in Taita Taveta County. Madam Speaker, the statement was sought on Tuesday, 24th June 2025, morning sitting number 046. The statement seeker sought to be furnished with the following information. Number 1, detailed account of all culture-related program, project, and activity initiated, ongoing, or completed in Taita Taveta County over the last 3 financial year, 2022 to 2023, 2023 to 2024, and 2024 to 2025, including their objectives, locations, implementing department or partner, and documented outcomes. Number 2, measures undertaken by the county government to promote and preserve cultural heritage, including support for traditional art forms, oral traditional indigenous languages, festivals, cultural exhibitions, and traditionals, and the recognition of cultural practitioners and elders. Number 3, the status of cultural infrastructure such as community cultural center, shrines, or heritage sites, highlighting their operational condition, funding, staffing, accessibility, and utilization level by the local population. Number 4, extent of community engagement and participation in culture-related activity with emphasis on the inclusion of youth, women, persons with disability, and marginalized groups in planning and implementation process. Number 5, challenges experienced by the county government in implementing culture-related programs and the strategies, if any, being developed or adopted to mitigate these challenges. Number 6, plans and projection for upcoming events, proposed project, new or pending legislation, stroke policies, and priority areas for cultural development in the county. Madam Speaker, the committee, through the Office of the Clerk, wrote to the Trade, Tourism, Culture, and Industrialization Department via a letter dated 9th July 2025, RIF TTCA stroke ADM stroke 3 stroke 22 stroke volume 3005 to respond to the statement. The County Executive Committee member, CCM, for Trade, Tourism, Culture, and Industrialization responded to the statement via a letter dated 22nd July 2025, RIF CGTT stroke TTC and I stroke CCM dot CORR stroke 2025 volume 1 stroke 9. The committee held meeting to review the responses from the Trade, Tourism, Culture, and Industrialization Department and hereby submit its response to statement as follows. Number 1, detailed account of all cultural related programs and activity initiated, ongoing, or completed over the last 3 financial years. Madam Speaker, the committee observed that the county continues to actively participate in the Kenya Music and Cultural Festival, including the 95, 96, and 97 edition, alongside over 23 other counties and various tertiary institutions. The committee further noted the ongoing construction of a 3-story cultural empowerment center in Ibundanyi sub-county, full funded by national government, which is expected to serve as a hub for cultural development and create arts activities. The committee also noted that under the Sana Kama Biashara program, over 40 youth and women artists, including MCs and solo performers in both secular and gospel categories, were trained by the MMS group from Mombasa on marketing, branding, and protection of creative works. Again, pricey for 6-month training was conducted at Sophia Bonaza Hall and is pending graduation. Madam Speaker, additional, the committee observed that the Mazindika spiritual dance file has undergone rigorous preparation for United National Education, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, inspiration as an element of intangible cultural heritage, EICH. The committee further noted that through our partnership, NMK, 7 indigenous plants from Taita Taveta have been approved as herbal remedies for chronic diseases such as cancer, diabetes, and hypertension. 2 youth culture champions have been trained under this initiative are expected to cascade the knowledge to other cultural groups across the county in the upcoming financial year. Number 2, Madam Speaker, measures undertaken by the county government to promote and preserve cultural heritage, including support for traditional arts. Madam Speaker, the committee observed that the department actively participates in the annual Kenya Music and Cultural Festival, which involves 4 stages: officer training, group training, county festivals, and national festivals. The department also conducts a 6-month Sanaa Kama Biashara program to build the capacity of creative arts group. It was further noted that the Mwazindika dance file has been completed and is awaiting UNESCO's decision for inscriptions as an element of intangible cultural heritage, ICH. Madam Speaker, the department has engaged the stakeholders such as the Ugandan Embassy, which visited and toured various cultural and heritage sites in Taita Taveta. The embassy was impressed by the county's unique attractions and has since begun promoting them internationally. Number 3, Madam Speaker, the status of cultural infrastructure in the county. The committee observed that cultural infrastructure in Taita Taveta County remains underdeveloped. The Bundani Cultural Center is still under construction, and many heritage sites are inaccessible due to poor roads. There is no dedicated office for cultural and tourism, leading to weak coordination of activities. The director is also understaffed with only 3 officers: the director, tourism officers, and culture officer handling all operations, limiting its effectiveness. Number 4, Madam Speaker, extent of community engagement and participation in cultural related activities. The committee observed that the department has continued efforts to promote and preserve the county's cultural heritage. Local artist teams are being trained to improve their skills and performance standards. The county also participates nationally. Traditional weddings are encouraged as per preserving indigenous practices. The committee further noted that the Mwazindika spiritual dance is under review for inscriptions by UNESCO, which once approved will grant it global recognition and promote Taita Taveta's cultural identity internationally. Number 5, Madam Speaker, challenges experienced by the county government in implementing culture-related programs and strategies. The committee observed that the cultural sector faces major challenges due to the lack of a dedicated budget, which limits the implementation of cultural programs. The department is also understaffed, hindering effective service delivery. The county has no established or operational cultural sites under its ownership, as most existing ones are privately managed. Additionally, Madam Speaker, there are no proper structures to support artists and creative groups, and the absence of policies and legislation frameworks for the culture sector continues to discourage cultural development and investment. Madam Speaker, number 6, plans and projection for upcoming events. Proposed project pending legislation and priority areas as cultural development. The committee observed that several initiatives have been proposed to strengthen cultural development in Taita Taveta County. These include establishing cultural centers to host activities, organizing annual KMCF events with IPUA training and county level competition, and holding cultural days of the Taita and Taveta community. Madam Speaker, the committee further noted plan to promote cultural awareness through school visits, encourage the wearing of traditional attire, and integrate local culture into a creative arts education. Other proposals include mapping and titling cultural lands to support development projects, branding and installing signage at cultural center, conducting capacity building workshops for cultural groups, and marketing cultural sites and centers to boost visibility and tourism. Madam Speaker, conclusion, the Committee on Gender and Culture comments the Department of Trade, Tourism, Culture and Industrialization for its efforts in promoting cultural development in Taita Taveta County. However, it urges the adoption of a more structured and adequately funded approach to make cultural sustainable driver of socio-economic growth. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I stand to respond.
Statement seeker, Honorable Patricia, is this response sufficient?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. First, I would like to congratulate Honorable Sakina for this comprehensive report, but also like to comment on something. On the conclusion part, you say that the department should have a more sustainable approach on culture issues. It has come to my attention that the Mwazindika, that is Gonda Baraisanga, supposed to attend a conference in New Delhi, India, from 11th to 13th December. And they brought to my attention that the passports that were being facilitated by the county government of Taita Taveta have not been issued to the Gonda Baraisanga Mwazindika group. So I don't know how culture, the Department of Culture, are working closely with these groups, cultural groups, especially the Gonda Baraisanga, and what measures are putting in place to make sure that the group does not fail to attend that important initiative at the UNESCO. Thank you, Madam Speaker. And I think I will also write to the committee again to seek more clarification on the same about the Gonda Baraisanga invite to attend a UNESCO activity in New Delhi, India. Thank you, Madam Speaker. For now, the response suffices.
Any member with comments on the response? Statement 2. Honorable Patricia, on behalf of Honorable Lillian Mongoi, Chairperson, Environment, Forestry and Climate Change Committee.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise to respond to a statement sought by Honorable Newton Kifuso on illegal lodging and harvesting of round poles in Kinyeshamvua and Irizi Forest. Madam Speaker, on Tuesday, 30th September 2025, during the afternoon sitting number 081, Honorable Newton Kifuso sought a statement on illegal logging and harvesting of round poles in Kinyeshamvua and Irizi Forest. The chair directed the matter to the Committee on Environment, Forestry and Climate Change to respond in 14 days' time. The request for statement was made by the Office of the Clerk via letter reference TTCS/ADM/3/22/volume 4/039 dated 30th September 2025. After the committee did not receive any response from the County Executive Committee member in charge, it proceeded to write reminder letters requesting for a response to the statement that had been sought. The CCM in charge of water, sanitation, environment, climate change, and natural resources responded to the committee through an official letter referenced TT/ENV/25/10/089, dated 21st October 2025, thereby providing the requested information pertaining to the statement under consideration as follows. Background. While the primary mandate for the management and protection of this gazetted forest lies with the Kenya Forest Services, a national government agency, the department takes this allegation with the utmost seriousness. The department recognizes that the degradation of ecosystem has direct and severe consequences of our county's water security, biodiversity, and the well-being of communities. The department is therefore committed to fulfilling its complementary role in environmental protection as envisioned under the first schedule of the Constitution with vigor and urgency. Response to the specific queries. Number 1, what action has the Kenya Forest taken upon receipt of the repeated community complaints regarding illegal lodging and in Kinyesha, Mvua, and Irizi Forest? Response. The department has consistently forwarded all complaints received from the community of Bumingu, Kishushewa to the local KFS station for action. To elevate the matter, the department has personally engaged the Kenya Forest Services County Commander and the Regional Commander through the Taita Taveta County Forest Conservator, presenting the documented concerns. As a result of level county advocacy, a preliminary multi-agency meeting involving the department, KFS, and Kenya Police Services has been convened to chart a coordinated investigation. The county government is actively participating in this process to ensure community voices are heard. Number 2, why has the request by the community for the transfer of the forest rangers manning this forest not acted upon despite all complaints? The deployment, transfer, and disciplinary control of KFS rangers are administrative function of the national government. However, the department has formally communicated the community's demand for the transfer of the implicated officers to the KFS County Commander with a copy to the Regional Commander. The department has stressed that this is a critical step to restore community trust and ensure the integrity of any investigation. The department is following up closely to ensure this request is acted upon expeditiously. Number 3, what accountability mechanism exists to deal with forest rangers who abuse the mandate and collude with illegal lodges? Response. As stated, the legal and disciplinary mechanism for KFS officers are established under the Forest Conservation and Management Act of 2016, a national legislation. The county government's role is one of oversight and advocacy. The department are therefore demanding full transparency from KFS regarding the investigation and any subsequent disciplinary or legal action taken against officers found culpable. The department will monitor this closely and report the same to this assembly. Number 4, what immediate steps will be taken to restore public confidence in forest governance and ensure sustainable forest protection? To restore public confidence, the county government is taking the following immediate action. 1, enhanced collaboration. The department has proposed and will be supporting joint KFS county patrols in the hotspots areas of this forest. 2, community sensitization. Officers will organize a series of community barazas in collaboration with area leadership to reassure residents and provide a secure platform for sharing information when resources will be available. 3, county reporting channels. The department will activate community reporting system to allow citizens to report environmental crimes related to the department, which will then escalate officially to KFS and other enforcement agency. Number 5, how will the county government support community forests association to play their rightful role in safeguarding gazetted forests? Response. The department is fully committed to empowering community forest association as per the Forest Act. The department's immediate action include fast-tracking the registration and formal recognition of CFS, Irizi, and Kinyesha forests when the department gets resources, providing technical training and resources to this association on forest monitoring and reporting, earmarking county funds in the upcoming supplementary budget to provide financial grants to CFS for establishing nursery projects and alternative livelihood initiative, reducing dependency on forest products. Number 6, what long-term strategies in place to secure our county's gazetted forests as vital ecosystem that support water catchments, biodiversity, and climate change mitigation response. County's long-term strategies embedded in the County Integrated Development Plan, CIDP. Key pillars specific to this issue include integrated water tower management plan, developing a county-led plan that complements national efforts, focusing on the critical catchment areas of Kishamvua in the Rizi, climate resilience and livelihood, scaling up our county-funded program and promoting climate smart initiative to provide economic alternatives to community bordering the forest, technology and conservation, partnering with development partners and the national government to deploy modern surveillance technologies. Committee conclusion. The committee therefore concludes that while the department has demonstrated goodwill and commitment, there is need for stronger intergovernmental collaboration, enhanced community involvement, and faster implementation of local oversight mechanism to protect the integrity of gazetted forests and rebuild public trust. Committee recommendation. The county government, number 1, the county government through continued advocacy should press for the immediate transfer of or disciplinary review of forest rangers implicated in illegal activities in Kinyeshamvua and Irizi forest to restore community confidence. 2, the department should expedite the formal recognition, registration, and capacity building of CFS in Kinyeshamvua and Irizi, and ensure allocation of budgetary support in the upcoming supplementary budget for the projects and alternative livelihoods initiative. 3, regular community baraza and sensitization forum should be organized in partnership with area leadership to educate residents on forest laws, reporting procedures, and sustainable resources. 4th, the CCM should submit quarterly progress reports to the Committee on Environment and Forestry on action taken in collaboration with KFC and other stakeholders to curb illegal logging and strengthen forest governance. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I stand to respond.
Honorable Newton Kifuso, is the response sufficient?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. First, I want to thank the chair, Honorable Mongoi, through Honorable Patricia, for holding her brief. Madam Speaker, it is always a simple rule in this assembly. When any feedback is brought, it must be supported with the evidence. And with me, this one, to me, is not sufficient until I see the attached documents saying that the exchanges of documents, the letters which have been written to the department, to the respectives. And Madam Speaker, I'm amazed, or this thing about the department. I'm being disturbed here by the department just referring everything under the KFS, which is okay. But I thought the department could have done research to find which specifically forest falls under the national government and which does not fall under them. Because I didn't want to state for them that Irizi forest does not fall under among the gazetted forest. But Irizi forest is the county forest. So, with my knowledge, I thought by leaving it out, they will do their research. And when they are giving feedback, they will state that being a county or a community and gazetted forest, what they are going to do. Because county forest or ungazetted forest, community forest, they are held by the county government in trust of the community. So with that virtue, there is some time back they had recruited the forest rangers for county forest. So I thought the CECM could have, with his team, they could have done enough, because that's why we have a county forest director. You don't know who is in charge of these things. So by writing just a general and referring everything, and my question will be, so will the national government hire people to go and protect facilities which belongs to county government, unless they have some arrangements? I I see a lot of reluctancy in our departments. I think we encourage or we request then the county government to recruit researchers and to set aside a budget for researchers who will be doing research on matters of what pertains of what is brought. So with this, Madam Speaker, may they attach or submit to this House through now the committee can bring it to me and how you are going to direct such that the letters they have said they have written, the conversation, the engagement, at least I can go and show people, yes, this one was done, this one was done, these are references, because these are not my complaints, or this was not my statement. I just sought a statement on behalf of the people, whom they tried all avenues, but they never succeeded, Madam Speaker. So, Madam Speaker, I stand guided.
Honorable Patricia, now on behalf of the chair, it seems that the honorable member is not satisfied. So I give you 7 days. You report back to the House with sufficient response, and the documents that he has requested, ensure that they are available. Next order.
Order number 8, motions and bills.
Honorable members, there being no other business, the House stands adjourned until Wednesday at 12 November 2025.